Forgive yourself for not knowing better until you knew better. The person that you were when you didn't know better is somebody that was acting from less clarity, less understanding, less experience, less exposure to the real world. So don't punish yourself or look back and think that that was a mistake because at that time you were acting with less than you knew. And you grow through mistakes, you grow through failures, you grow through life experiences. When you get put in scenarios that you're in for the first time, it can really learn that about life. Certain social experiences like school, your first time in a workplace, your first time in a remote workplace setting, your first time in a relationship, your first time learning a friend group, your first time building a business, your first time in the gym, your first time at all these different avenues of life. You're in a position where you're learning everything. You're learning perspective. You're learning and growing through experience. You're learning and growing through rewards and negative and risk and negativities and different things. Like you do one thing and you learn that was the right appropriate thing to do, and in another hand you do something and you learn that was the wrong thing to do. And that's how you grow. That's how you grow through experience. So stop punishing yourself for not knowing better at times when you were in that new environment, or you were in a time where you were still learning and discovering and growing. But so many people will just look back at life and regret everything. But everything you've been through is for a purpose. That's what life is. Now, if you can consistently keep making the same mistake over and over and over, and you've already learned the appropriate path forward, but you refuse to take it, you refuse to return to your own vomit, so to say, or return to keep making the same mistake, then yes, at that point it becomes your problem. At that point it becomes your choice, and you need to figure out how to fix it, or be more disciplined, or whatever it may be. But if you were just a newbie, you were just new to an environment, new to a certain structure of the world, don't be bad. You're gaining experience, and you can't Google experience. You can get advice, you can get wisdom, you can get things from people, but sometimes you have to make your own mistakes. You have to fall flat and land on concrete and learn that, oh, that's not the right appropriate way to do it. So those like scars, mistakes, failures, bruises, blood, pain, all that stuff is needed in life, whether it's physically or more figuratively, emotionally. So, because not all pain is visible physical pain. Some pain can be emotional, spiritual, things like that. So just know that it's okay to go through those phases. Don't beat yourself up. Don't hold that up. Don't hold that against yourself. People are still holding things from their childhood, from high school, from college, from their early 20s, from their 30s. But you were still growing. You were still learning. You were living life. You were doing you were doing your best with the best that you had, the best information, the best mindset, gut intuitions, things like that you had. And like I said, pain is a part of life. So some of those things were meant to happen no matter what choice you had. I believe we have free will, but I feel like certain paths, we will always go through a certain destiny. We have a certain calling, certain things written for us in life that no matter what, we'll get there. It might be multiple paths that get us there. There might be a more quick, easy, painless path, but then there might be on the other side a very hard, treacherous, painful path, and then there might be a few different options in between. But I feel like we all get to the ones that are meant for us. And I think there's just chapters in between, lessons, learnings, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, uncertainty, all these things that are just chapters of the life, chapters of our life. So stop beating yourself up and continue to go out there and learn, grow, and do the best you can, and know that everything happens for a reason. And as long as you stay faithful, stay truthful, you'll win in the end. So this was Consistency Day 274. I hope you got something from this message. I hope it made you think different, challenged you, or you learned something from it. And if you did, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more, and follow along. And other than that, I wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.